And we are live. Hello, everyone. It is so good to see you guys today. And who knew, but I am on the hot seat tonight. So, what you think about that? So, let me go ahead and give our regular greetings. So, hello, homemakers, and everyone in the chat or on the replay. Tonight, I'm going to be answering your homemaking and laundry questions. I got quite a few in from my community tab or from my comment section that you left for me. I'll also take a few questions live, but before we get into that, welcome to Homemaking with Purpose, where we bring to you the best ideas and information and interviews to support today's homemaker. And today's video is brought to you by Apron Diva. Pretty and practical. We believe that an apron can be a homemaker's best accessory. And join us here at www.aprondiva.com. Please check out our new accessories. You guys asked about tote bags and Swedish dish towels and gift sets, so we heard you. Tonight's featured apron is another one that's given lemon some love, and it is the Libby. We got these back in because they were such a big seller and people were always asking about them. You can pick one up using the discount code Libby10 at checkout. Order soon to take advantage of the sale. All right, so it is so good to see you guys tonight. Hello to everyone in the chat. I am glad that you are here, and I've gotten your questions, and I'll try to get through all of them, but we're going to have to keep the show to 45 minutes tonight. So let me go ahead and get my timer set, and we will see what's what. Okay, got the timer set. And let's get the iPad ready so that okay, I got it muted. So now I should be able to answer your questions without having any kind of sounds back. All right. So the first question that I have is, what is the secret? Oh, I also put the questions on the banner so that you guys could see them as I talk about them. So the first question tonight is, what's the secret to balancing business and homemaking? And this question came from Sylvia Butler, and I see Sylvia is on with us tonight. So Sylvia, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. And Sylvia, I have to say that the answer to this question is routines, routines, routines. And depending upon whether or not you're working inside the home or outside the home, routines are still going to be your best friend. If you're working part-time from home and you're trying to balance home and family, then you're going to want to do some time blocking so that you can try to get the various things done. But now here's also the thing. You can have it all, but you may not necessarily be able to have it all at the same time. Some things are going to take priority and some things are going to have to take a back seat. So it depends upon what's happening as to what's going to take priority. And let me just show you a little bit of an example of time blocking that I found. And it looked like something that I kind of liked because it looked like somebody had just like wrote it out on paper. So this is an example of time blocking here, and it's very rough. I saw a bunch of other ones that were much more detailed, but I liked this one because it's like somebody just sat down and tried to sort it out. So one of the important things is that you want to get up at least 30 minutes before your children. So somewhere between 5:30 and 7, you're going to be up before your children so you can get yourself started, get yourself put through your morning routine, get your kids up, put them through their morning routine, and then get them sent out for the day. So all of this would be in here. So maybe you would put a block of time from, let's say, 5:30 to 6:30, or 6 to 7 as your morning routine. And then 6:30 to 7:30, that block of time might be for you to get the kids up, get them put through their morning routine, get their breakfast, and then have them out the door. Maybe that time block even goes as far as to 8 or 8:30. That all depends upon what your routine is like for your family. The other thing is to think about, when you're trying to manage home and business, you just have to try to put some hard stops um, in that regard. I'm going to stop sharing this screen and come back over here to StreamYard. But you might want to consider putting in some hard stops. So now what does that mean? So let's say, again, you're working from home and you're trying to balance kids and home. Maybe you're working part-time. So you're going to put some hard stops on that planner, on that time, on that hourly time block, as to when you're going to stop with business and when you're going to start and stop with home. If you've got little ones that take quite a bit of your time, it may be somewhat difficult because you can't put the kids on automatic pilot. But depending upon how old they are, there are times when you can say, okay, mommy's working on this, so I need you to work over here. The other thing to possibly consider is someone that can come in and help you watch the kids while you're working from home, if that's what you're doing. But if you're working outside the home, then you're going to want to try to manage your routines throughout the week so that the family is the priority. And then on Saturday, you're going to try to spend 1, but no more than 2 hours in getting your housework, homemaking, homekeeping things done so that you've got the rest of the day to spend on family. So I hope that was helpful. Okay, so the second question that we have comes from Gail Mentos, and she says, how do you plan for large cleaning jobs and keep up with regular household maintenance? Now, Gail, what you want to do in this regard is you want to have that large cleaning job as a project. And I do have a video that I created that talks about managing a large project. This particular project that I was talking about was the garage. But you can manage any large cleaning project in the same way. Now, what do I mean? Well, you're going to break it down into pieces. Like I always say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So let's say the project that you want to take care of is cleaning out the guest room. It is really pretty much at 6s and 7s. The closet's overflowing. You and your family have been stuffing things in there because you don't use it very often. And now it's a hot mess and you've got to get it cleaned out. So the first thing you want to do is take a look at that project and do an assessment. So you want to take a notebook, piece of paper, whatever, and go through, take a look at that room, and then just kind of think, okay, how many pieces are there in this room? So when I did my garage project, I looked at the shelves on the wall. And well, let's say, for example, well, I looked at the shelves on the wall, and there were 3 shelves on the wall on this side of the wall, 3 shelves on that side of the wall. I had stuff underneath the shelves, baskets and boxes piled in front of the shelves. So shelf number 1 at the top was 1 puzzle piece. Shelf number 2 was a 3rd puzzle piece. Shelf number 3 was a hot mess, and I knew I couldn't get it done in 30 minutes. So shelf number 3 was 3 and 4. So you number the pieces on your notebook. The box in front, on top of a box was piece number 5. The second box was number 6. The box on the bottom was number 7. Then the set of boxes next to that. So you label or number each piece of the puzzle. So let's say you end up with 30 individual pieces, and a piece, which I forgot to say, is something that you can finish in about 15 minutes. Certainly no longer than 20. And the reason why you want to break it up into pieces like this is because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. Because you can get so overwhelmed that you just say, oh, forget it, I'll just do it later. So let's say you decide after you've added everything up that there are 30 15-minute pieces, 30 pieces of the project that will take you 15-minute increments to do it. So then you say, okay, when am I going to start? I'm going to start on April 1st. And then you count 30, then you count the number of days you're going to work on it. Now, I'm on the Fly Lady cleaning system, so we work 4 days a week. So that means 4 days a week, I'm going to be working on that project. Tuesday is my free day. So then I would count on my calendar. I would get out my calendar and then I would just count. And I have the calendar out right here. So I would get out my calendar and I would count the number of days that I plan to work on it. So now here's the calendar like this. So I would just go through and I would count the number of Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays on the calendar. How many of those are in April? How many of those are in May? And how many of those are in June? So I would count until I had 30 pieces for those days. And then you got to give yourself some grace because life happens. So then let's say you plan 2 extra weeks in there, or maybe 3 extra weeks in there, because graduations are coming up and baby showers and weddings and just life stuff. So you give yourself, we'll say, 45 days to complete that project. So you would plot it on your calendar. So your start date is April 1st and your end date is day 45. And then you put that on your planner. And then you ask yourself, what is my overall vision for this project? I want a clean guest room that I can have people come in and be comfortable in, and I don't be ashamed if company drops in unexpected. And then as far as your regular household maintenance, you're continuing to keep up with that. So like I said, on my daily cleaning routines, I do my daily swish and swipe. On Mondays, I do my weekly home blessing. Tuesdays, my free day. Wednesday, plan day. So I clean my fridge, order my groceries, work my planner, pay my bills. Thursday is errand day, so I get my hair done. So I go to the beauty shop, I go to the post office, I pick up my groceries, any other errands I do on Thursday, especially now to save on gas. Friday is car and purse day, so I clean out my car and my purse. I clean the purse, hubby cleans the car. Saturday, I don't have any of that to do because I've got all my stuff done during the week. If I was a mom that worked outside of the home, then all those things, some of those things I'm doing during the week, I would do on Saturday. So that the project that I'm planning now, that's going to happen in the afternoon. So I try to have all of my regular maintenance stuff done by 11 o'clock. At 11:30, I've got a hard stop for lunch. And then maybe 1 or 2 o'clock, I'm going to focus on that project, that large project that I'm working on. So I hope that was helpful for you right there. I do have a video that talks about that. I'll link it in the description box, and let me write that down so that I don't forget, because I didn't think to do that earlier. Okay. Okay, so question number 3 comes from JN Lob, and she says she's got a mending basket that is overflowing, and how can she keep up with it so that it's manageable? Well, one of the things that I would suggest, JN, is this. First of all, you want to include mending as part of your weekly routine. You may not want to mend every day, but if you've got a basket that's overflowing, maybe twice a week you would set aside some time to mend. Now, if it's hand stitching that you're going to be doing, and I do enjoy hand stitching because it is so therapeutic, sewing on a button, fixing a little tear here and there by hand, you can do that during some quiet time in the evening when you and the fam are sitting there watching TV or talking after dinner or whatever. After you've gotten your PJs on and you're ready for bed for the night, this could be a good time to pick up your mending basket and just sit there and do a little bit of handwork. If it's something you've got to do by machine, then again, put that on your planner So that may be on Friday, which is car and purse day. There's not a lot going on Friday. So maybe, or whatever day you've got the least amount going on, then you would set aside maybe 30 minutes for machine mending. So hopefully that's good for you. Let me check in with comments just real quick. Okay. Let's see what the questions are. All right, so I will put these links in, and then Blue Skies, if you, well, I'm not going to ask you to do that now. I'll put them in afterwards. So let's see, Ronnie Weaver, there's something serious. So Ronnie said she gets up before her granddaughter just to make sure that she's on top of things. Yes, that's good to know. And JV Bailey says that she likes these types better because then I don't need those others chime in. Well, Jay, the Thursday show, the whole purpose of the Thursday show is to bring others on the platform to share things that I don't know. I got quite a bit of knowledge, but I don't know everything. But I am going to start doing more of these myself. I hear you. I've been hearing the message. You're not the first one that has said that. So I'm going to try to do more of these myself. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Something I'm missing, and I'm not sure what it was, but okay. Gonna come back over here now, and question number 4 is how to get urine odor out of clothing without adding too many chemicals. Now, this particular question comes from one of our regular viewers that has a disabled child, and the child wets the bed. But not only does a person with children with special needs have that issue, but also if you're caring for an older adult or someone who is disabled, many times bedwetting is a huge issue. And the key here was without adding too many chemicals. So here's the thing. This is what you can do in general. Probably the simplest thing you can do, and I've got a video on how to get out urine odors, and I will link that in the description box as well. I should have done that beforehand because I knew what the questions were. I'm sorry, guys. I'm struggling with a few things today, and I'll tell you about that at the end. But what you'll want to do, get those bed sheets off the bed. And if you've been, well, I would take the bed sheets off the bed and I would wash the urine soaked sheets daily. Don't let them pile up. I know if you're using cloth diapers, we will let the diaper sit in a diaper pail, so that kind of thing. But bed sheets are too large. So you're going to want to wash the bed sheets daily. So the first thing you're going to do is strip the bed. And I would also take off the bed pad and the plastic pad that you have on the bed. Take those off and then put them in the washing machine. And I would fill the washing machine up with cold water, then add 1 cup of white vinegar to the wash cycle. No detergent, just the white vinegar, and run it through on that cycle. Then I would wash it again, only this time put your regular detergent in and you can add a little borax to boost the detergent if you like, because borax does have some odor cleansing properties. And then you would put a 1/2 cup of white vinegar in your rinse cycle. And that should take care of the odor. I did find another, something else that you can do is that you can also pre-treat the bedding. So let's say you took it off and you would run a solution of cold water, not cold water, of warm water, and add in, I think it's a cup of baking soda. Put the baking soda in the warm water, swoosh it around just to make sure it's all dissolved, and then put the sheets, put the clothing in the water, let it soak in there for about 15 or 20 minutes. The baking soda is going to break down the uric acid that's in the clothing or in the sheets, that kind of thing. Then you're going to have to make sure you rinse it thoroughly. So if you put it in your washing machine, you put the baking soda Fill the water up with warm water. Put the baking soda in as your detergent for the first time, and then make sure that it's thoroughly mixed around in there, and then let it soak for about 20 minutes, and then run it through that cycle. And you want to make sure the baking soda is all rinsed out. So that's why I say run it through a complete cycle. Then you're going to wash it again and use your regular laundry detergent, and then add your half a cup of white vinegar in the rinse cycle. That should take care of urine. And the caveat with the baking soda is that can also really help to soften. So there's that. Some people like to put the baking soda and the vinegar in the wash together. That will help soften, but sometimes some people say that the vinegar and the baking soda will cancel each other out as far as the pH and all that kind of thing. So I tend to just use one, but you can check to see what works for you. So now I know I just got a couple pings from Mickey Blue Skies. That means she's got a question for me. So let's see here. So, do I have any advice for homemakers while living with other family members who aren't as clean and into homemaking as you? Example, parents and grandparents. Well, here's the thing. Oh, and let me see if I can find that. I'm going to come over to comments now. Here it is. Okay. Here's the thing. If you're living with someone else, it's not your home. You can only do what you can do. And you can't make everyone else uncomfortable. So remember, the cleaning that you're doing for you. If they're okay with the way they're living, they're okay with it. So you got to be okay with how they're living, but you just manage what you can manage. And it might just be your own space. So it could be your own room. Let's say they don't want to wash dishes every night. They don't care if dirty dishes are left in the sink, but you do. Then you wash the dishes. Because remember, you're doing this for you. So you do what you can. If it's the dishes, wash them. If it's the laundry, the towels and sheets, things like that, maybe you might do those, but then let everybody else take care of their own things. So you can only do what you can do. Leona says information great for young homemakers and those of us who have kept homes for quite a while. Thank you. Leona, I'm still trying to edit my video. I'm sorry I didn't get it up yesterday, but now I guess I can't get it up till tomorrow. It's half edited, but the dinner was delicious. Okay, let's see if there's another one. So Deb Whitmore says she has a disabled spouse and she uses the baking soda with lots of success. So good. That is great. Okay, coming back over here now to questions. That was number 4. Oh, wait a minute. I got to get the comment off. There. Now come over here. Now, this one was a toughie. Guys, I had to do my research on this one. How to get oil stains and gas smells out of her husband's work clothes. And I don't remember who asked that question. When I was working on them, I tried to write the name down by the person so that when I put the questions up on the banner, I could have it available for you. And I forgot to write it down. But I did find some notes. I do have an article that I found. I will link it in the description box that talked about oil stains. But the big thing with oil stains has to do with the fact that oils are fats and they are not water soluble. So it doesn't like dissolve in water very well. So one of the things that you want to do with oil stains is you want to pre-treat. You're just going to have to pre-treat because with oil stains and also with greasy odors, they lock onto the fabric, they lock onto the fibers, and they just hang on for dear life. And so a typical wash is probably not going to get rid of them. So the trick to getting out oil stains and gasoline odors, because this particular homemaker, her husband worked around cars and trucks, and so his clothes smelled of gasoline. And even though she washed them separately, when they came out, they still smelled strongly of the gasoline. So the thing you want to do with, like I said, with the oil stains is you want to pre-treat. And in this case, you can pre-treat with some baking soda, sprinkle the baking soda on top of the stain, and then put a little bit of a degreaser like Dawn dishwashing liquid on top of that. Let it sit for a little bit, and then you're going to give it a good scrub with a toothbrush. I had my husband bring up a basket of stuff for me to go through. Give it a good scrub with the toothbrush, or, well, no, if you're trying to get a stain out, you're going to give it a good scrub with the toothbrush. Let it sit there for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then you're going to run it through the wash. So, and I've got, let me find it. I have a video where I was working on that. Let's see if I can find it up here. So I've got a bunch of different laundry videos that are here. And one of them I talked about how to get stains out of grease stains out. And of course, it's not one of these. But I was looking at it just a little bit ago, but I'll have to come back and find it in just a bit. But what you'll want to do, I'm going to stop sharing that. Come back over here. But what you want to do is lay the item flat with a toothbrush. Let me just see if I can find that, because I know. I'll see if I can pull that up, because, yeah, this one, how to get the chocolate stains out. I was looking at it earlier. So what you'll want to do, and this method will work on many things, but if you're doing the degreaser with the baking soda, what you're going to want to do is to sprinkle a little bit of the baking soda on the stain, and then add your degreaser, such as your Dawn dishwashing liquid or whatever kind of dishwashing liquid you have. Put it on there and then scrub it with the toothbrush just a little bit, or you can dab it. But I want you to notice that one of the things that I did here is that I put a towel underneath the spot, because what you don't want to have happen is for you to rub the stain from the front to the back of the garment. So what you're going to want to do is put a towel underneath the spot so that it doesn't soak through, and then do the treatment on the top, and then you can kind of dab at it with another cloth, kind of like that. And then you'll kind of gradually begin to lift the stain. Now, this works on chocolate, works on barbecue sauce and other things. So I'll link this in the description box as well. Let me get this off. Oh, I don't know if that is showing or not. Oh, I'm so sorry. I may not have had that for you to see. Did I? Okay. Okay. So were you guys able to see that? Did that show? All right. Were you guys able to see that? Okay. Let me just go back and see what kind of. But anyway, let me finish this question, then I'll go back to that. But that's what you do. And then hang on a second. Let me finish this one, and then I'll get to the other questions. So you use the toothbrush to kind of give it a little scrub, and then you're going to wash it as necessary. And you'll keep dabbing it until the baking soda that you put on it doesn't turn brown. Then you'll know you've got the stain out. But here's the thing about the gasoline odor. As I was looking at the research for that, it said if the garment still smells of gasoline, don't put it in the dryer, because that means there's still something in it, and it could cause combustible fire in the dryer. So you want to make sure you've got all that out before you put it in the dryer. So you do want to wash those things separately because of odor and that kind of thing. And I'll link the article in the description box so that you can check that out. The other thing you might have him do is maybe wear an apron when he's working, something that's kind of masculine, something that's unisex, a nice denim one, but then those grease stains can get on the apron and not on his clothing, and then that would be better. So let me get this off, and I'll go over to the comments because I'm missing quite a few apparently. So we got that one. How to remove the smell from a plastic chopping board. You know what I do for that is I use baking soda. I'll take baking soda and I'll sprinkle it all over the top of the chopping board, and then I'll wet it a little bit to make a paste. I'll let it sit on there for about 30 minutes. And then if you've got any kind of discoloration on there, that'll help with that too. And then I will take a dish brush. Like I've got one of those little scrubber bubber brushes that I got from Grove Collaborative, but you can buy them at Walmart, Target. Like I got one from Mickey Blue Skies that's shaped like a pig. You like those little piggy things. So just give it a good scrubbing, and then the color should come off, and also the odor should come out as well. If that doesn't do it, if that doesn't do it, then I would, like if you scrub it that way and that doesn't work, then after you clean it that way, then maybe put it in a pan or a baking dish and fill it with vinegar and water and let it sit in that. And then the vinegar should help get that odor out. So that should take care of that. What would be the best method to washing socks? They always end up missing what they get their own load in the wash. Oh my goodness, that's the $64,000 question, and that's always a problem for many homemakers. I was looking at the comments over there, and it looks like that someone said that one of the things you might consider doing is using a lingerie bag. And that's a good way to handle socks. Put them, especially white ones, put them in the lingerie bag, and then that way they're all in there together. I've tried all kinds of things over the years, and the lingerie bag is what works best, or the delicates bag. I have tried pinning them together with a safety pin, and then that just kind of puts a lot of wear and tear on them, and they end up with holes in them from being spinning around and pulling with the safety pin in the middle. I've tried washing the socks by themselves. For some reason or another, the washing machine or the dryer always manages to eat at least one socks. But the using the delicates bag is the best thing that works. How do you keep insects out of the pantry? Boom! I like that question. Use bay oil. And I didn't think to have my husband bring that up, but use bay oil. You can get that at from Amazon. And I've got a video where I was cleaning my pantry and then I was scrubbing it down with bay oil. And people were asking me, like, what are you washing it with? But I'll take a little bit of bay oil, put a few drops in some warm water after I've already wiped the pantry out, make sure there's no crumbs and that kind of thing. And then I'll wipe it down with the bay oil. Insects don't like that odor. So I'll wipe it down with the bay oil, and then I'll drop bay leaves in the baskets that I keep in there and just kind of here and there on the shelves and that kind of thing. And that helps to keep the insects out. The other thing, and when you live in different parts of the country, you have different struggles. And I used to wonder why different people were always putting their bread in the refrigerator, or why do they have this put away like that? And I realized if you're in warmer climates, you have more of a challenge with bugs and insects than if you live in a colder climate. So if you might also consider storing your dry goods, flour, sugar, cornmeal, those kinds of things in glass containers, or those heavy duty kind of plastic containers that are made specifically for storage of those kind of things. Glass containers are best, and I use mason jars. You can also get those jars that have like a little hinge on the lid. IKEA and a lot of other places have those. So Max, I think I'm getting I think I'm getting all the questions, so let me see. Okay. So here's a suggestion that Ebony Ivan Time says is that Broadway Angel used a cut lemon and rubbed it in salt and then scrubbed it all over the board. Yeah, that should work too. Let's see. Question, hashtag cute. What advice do you have for a super messy person? What's the best way to get started and stay organized? Oh my goodness. You know what? The best way for a super organized person or a super messy person is just to take advantage of a series of routines and don't try to create your own. I would get involved in a cleaning system that is already tried and true, like the Fly Lady cleaning system or some others. There's not Fit Healthy Mama, but there's Clean Mama and a few other cleaning methods that you can use that can help you sort things out. But I suggest that if you're talking about yourself or someone that you want to talk to, have them start with something as simple as the Fly Lady cleaning system and follow those simple steps. Because the thing about the Fly Lady cleaning system is that number one, she meets you where you are and you step in where you are. The other thing is that Dana K. White from A Slob Comes Clean, and she was on with us a few weeks ago. What she says is that, first of all, that you look at your house as an ongoing thing. It's not a project. Because she said she used to think about her house as a project. But if you think about it earlier, I mentioned that a project had a beginning and an end. A house doesn't. A house is ongoing. So that's number one, that there's going to always be something that needs doing. And Dana suggests to just start with the trash and start maybe with a 1 hour better kind of thing. So I had to clean out my junk drawer the other day. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to start with the trash. And then you clean all the trash out. And it's certainly better than before you open that drawer up when you've got all the trash out. And it's better, even if it's not done, it's better than what it was. So you could consider doing that, is starting with the trash in one area. And let's say we'll start with the kitchen. I'd start with the kitchen because that's where you're going to need to cook. That's where your families tend to gather. Isn't that right, Leona? So that kind of thing. So start with the kitchen. Then once you get the kitchen sorted out, and then you're going to do daily maintenance stuff in the kitchen every day, which means you're going to keep those dishes done every day. Keep the dishes done and get them put away every day. You're going to wash the table off, clean the counters, and sweep the floor. So the kitchen is going to always be clean every day. And you'll have that zone, that island of calm, of clean in the whole thing. The next thing you're going to do then is maybe you'll start with the laundry and you'll do one load of laundry every day, sometimes two, depending upon how much laundry you have. And when you do that one load, when it goes in the wash, it goes in the dryer, and then it comes out and you fold it up and you put it away, because the laundry's not done until it's folded and put away. If you're super messy, I would not advise you to have a laundry basket, because things that go in the laundry basket tend to stay in the laundry basket. If you don't have a laundry basket, you got to get those clothes out of the dryer. You got to carry them over to the counter. You got to fold them up. Then you got to carry them somewhere to put them away. Once those are put away, then you can get the next load out of the wash and into the dryer. So think about that. And then as far as staying organized, it's going to be just following those routines every day. And use your planner. Use your planner, use your planner, use your planner. Now, I've been using Kimmy's, she's in her apron planner this year, and I'm enjoying it. It's set up according to the Fly Lady cleaning process. It works for me, but it will work for anybody's system that you want to choose. You just have to use it. Any system will work as long as you follow it. Put some notes in your phone so that you know each day what it is you're going to do, that kind of thing. Okay. Thank you, JR. I appreciate that. Oh, where is it? So Ronnie wants to know how to get onion smell out of the freezer when freezing onions. Well, I did look into that, Ronnie, and it's quite interesting. So first of all, the biggest thing you want to do is make sure you freeze your onions in small Ziploc bags. Not one whole big one, but small Ziploc bags. And maybe you might even need to double freeze them. But the other thing could be that the other thing could be, you guys hear that? I think she's messing with me now. See, every time you hear a bing, she's sending me a question, but I think she's just messing with me. What do you guys think? Okay, so to get the onion smell out, what you're going to need to do is clean the freezer, because probably that onion smell has permeated into the appliances that's in the freezer, in the ice tray, in those other little freezer kind of things that you have in there that aren't food items, on the walls. So on a day that you've got most of that, you don't have a whole lot of stuff in the freezer, or if you've got one that's chock full, whatever, take everything out of the freezer, dump the ice trays, dump the ice and let that melt. Put the freezer trays and the ice trays in the sink, and you're going to wash those with soap and water and vinegar like you would if you were washing dishes. And then you're going to take a solution of vinegar and water, and you're going to clean your freezer. You're going to wipe down the walls, the ceiling, everything in there, the shelves, all of that. And then you'll put everything back in, and that will help to kind of get rid of some of that odor. And like I said, keep the onions in small freezer bags so that you're not having to open up, say, one real big one and that kind of thing. So that should help. And that was actually, that was a pretty good question. And like I said, I had to research that, and that's what I found out for that one. Hey, V, good to have you here. Good tip on the bay oil. Thank you. Thank you. How frequently do you switch out your kettle? I've noticed not too long away, they tend to work from the inside. You know what? On my tea kettle, I got that tea kettle as a Christmas gift from my youngest son, and I don't use it a whole lot. I probably only use it 2 or 3 times. Oh, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 times a year. I use it when he comes because he always likes to drink tea, so we use it for him. If I'm making tea for a group of people, I will fill it up and I will use it then. So I have not had to do that often. Okay, let's see. Oh, Heather says they've got clover mites in the entry, and vinegar, peppermint, eucalyptus oil haven't worked. Try the bay oil, see if that'll work. And then if nothing else, I also, like, I've been struggling with ants like last year, and then I've seen a few this year. So I got some of that Aunt Fanny's ant remedy, and it's been working when I put it in certain places. So I've been using that. Let's see. Hi, Junior Scott, I look like your mom. Okay, I'll take it. Hey, Judith from Good Day. Okay, I'm trying to find. Uh, yes, Ronnie, you know who's doing that too, right? Mm-hmm. Uh, mm-hmm. 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 No, you don't. Let's see. Oh, here's Angel. She was on last week. Oh, wait, that's Blue Skies. Didn't mean to click on that. I saw her. Where was Angel? Oh, right there. Hey, Angel, it is so good to have you join us. Guys, you got to wish Angel a happy birthday. She turned 30 on Friday. Like I told her, I was 30 once, but I got over it. But this will be a great year. 30 is a great year, Angel. You will love that. So wish Angel a happy birthday. Oh, Deb says, Ronnie, also keep an open body box of baking soda in the freezer. That should help. Hey, Cal, good to have you there. Uh, So Cal says she's got a Mr. Coffee and it doesn't drip like it used to. Cal, you know what? You might need to clean it out. And those Mr. Coffee makers, those kinds of things, they can get kind of old and kind of, they can get a little buildup of scaling down in their innards. I did a video last week, I think it was, on 15 tasks that you probably forgot, 4 15-minute tasks that you probably forgot to do. And one of them was to clean your coffee maker. And this particular one, you could see in the various innards that there were things that needed to be done. So Yeah, it could be that. So look up whatever brand it is that you have. Like Google, my coffee maker is the drip is slowing down, and see what it tells you. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that. Uh, let's see. Okay. All right. Let me just see if there was another question that I wanted to get. Gosh, I've been blasting through these questions though. Let me see. You know what? This is fun. And I won't be able to get through all of them. Some of them I'll just have to save for the next time. Um, One of the questions that I did get, though, from a laundry perspective was how to get rid of dust mites. You know what, MJ? That I don't have an answer for. I'll put that on my list for next time, dust mites. Other than doing your normals like Swiffering and trapping them that way and with things that you can like collect them and then dispose of them. I don't know. Dust mites are so little, they're just like everywhere. Oh, Danita's going to go put on her apron, deeper apron, and go finish the corned beef dinner. Which apron did you buy, Danita? Let me know. Yeah, we got in some really cute new ones too. All right. What time is it? Well, I've hit my 45 minutes and I didn't think I would hit it that quickly. So guys, let me tell you what's been going on with me now, why I need to get off. I don't know what I've done to my hip, but it has is causing me quite a bit of pain. And I have so much pain in this hip, I can barely move. That's why my husband had to bring everything up here for me so that I wouldn't have to get up and try to walk around or anything like that. And as soon as I get off, I'm going to take some pain pills and then I'm going to the emergency clinic first thing in the morning because I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot take this. So yeah. So I don't know much about dust mites. Oh, you have the sweet pea and the holly. And you know what? We sold out of both of those. The sweet pea is one of my favorites. I just love the color. It's so spring-like. We don't have any more of those. I have one, but we don't have any more of those. And the holly. Oh, there was my timer. So there's that. But let me answer the questions about dryer balls and then I will go. Oh, Angel, please, because I tell you what, I have never felt anything like this before in my life. I didn't do anything different. I'm not sure what happened. On Monday, I did my yoga as usual. On Tuesday, I was fine. I went to bed Tuesday. And then I was like, what is this? And then yesterday was terrible. And today was even worse. So we're heading for the clinic first thing in the morning. Oh, guys. Okay. Judith said, heads up, cooking oil is about to skyrocket. Over 70% of the world's supply comes from the Ukraine. Oh, guys, I was watching the news yesterday and President Zelensky was on asking for help. And I just had to stop watching it. I was just in tears watching it. I was doing a grocery haul that didn't get edited either. And I was trying to do my one pot meal that didn't get edited. And I just couldn't. I just couldn't. I've been praying so hard for those poor people. So yes. Yeah. Thank you guys. I appreciate all your prayers. So let me do the dryer ball questions and then I'll go because there were quite a few of those and I don't want to leave those undone. So the one question someone asked about how to brighten dingy whites. I've got 3 videos on how to brighten whites. I will put those in the description box and you guys can check those out. And I will address it next time, but I do have 3 videos on that. But Leanne Anderson asks, how long do now I can't even talk. Leanne asked, how long do dryer balls last? And dryer balls will last you 2 to 3 years. You can use dryer balls for up to 1,000 wash loads. So that's almost 3 years. The big thing about dryer balls is that you want to make sure that you use 4 to 6 when you use them in the dryer, because their agitation and they help to kind of bounce around and create space in the dryer. So you do need 4 to 6. And some, if they come in packs of 6, use all 6. If they come in packs of 4, use all 4. It's not like you're going to save them for later, because they're all going to be 1,000 wash loads, so, or 1,000 dryer loads. So use all of them when you get them. And then Lindsay Lou asks, are dryer balls easy on the clothing? Yes, they are. They are pretty easy on the clothing. And then Sandra asked, sometimes they get caught in the hem of bed sheets or in shirt sleeves. Any tips? Well, the only tip that I have for that is maybe try putting them in a lingerie bag, and that might stop them from getting caught in those areas there. And then someone else said, how do you stop static cling with dryer balls? There were 2 people that asked that, Casey and Jennifer Wright. And that can be an issue sometimes with dryer balls. They are supposed to help stop static cling. But here is the thing. The dryer itself, because of the nature of it, spinning clothes around and rubbing clothes together, create the static cling in the dryer. So when you throw the dryer balls in, the dryer balls absorb the moisture from the clothing. But by the time it dries for a long time, then the dryer has over dried your clothes, and then it's trying to dry the moisture out of the dryer balls. So one of the ways that you can do this is either one, dry your clothes not as long. Like if you've got a moisture cycle or moisture sensor on there, you might want to adjust and check that. And then the other thing, which this was new to me, but I just found this today when I was researching, was that instead of just using like the 4 or 6 woolly balls, you can make 2 aluminum foil dryer balls. You want to take the aluminum foil, crush it up to about 3 inches, and put 2 of those balls in with 4 regular woolsey dryer balls. And that should help, because the aluminum does something to help diffuse static electricity. I never would have thought about using the aluminum, the tin foil balls, because you know me, I like buying the dryer balls. So there's that. So I think I'm going to have to stop for now, guys, because like I said, I'm going to take a pain pill, get me a cup of tea, and go to sleep. I told my husband the walk-in clinic opens at 8 a.m. I said, we're going to be there at 8 a.m. So I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. And also, let me just remind you guys that Nanny J says we are all seasoned women. Yes, we are. That is too funny. So Cal says she's 54 and her little granddaughter told her that I was like a grandma. Well, okay. We're definitely all seasoned women. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. Don't forget that the Libby lemon is on sale, 10% off, and we got some more of those in. We got some really cute things in too, some really pretty pink and really girly feminine ones for spring. And then I got in one that's like really grungy. I love it. I can't wait to photograph it. I was going to try to do it today, but that was out. And then Saturday, I'm going to be on the Cooking Queens. I'm going to be on with Leona cooking in the kitchen. I'm not sure what I'm cooking yet. I've been thinking about that, but I got to get that figured out too. And I will save the rest of these questions for next month when I do the show myself. So I'm going to at least once a month, I'll do the show myself where I do all the talking instead of having a guest, because people have been saying, we enjoy the guest, but we'd also like to hear you too. So we're going to start doing that. Yeah. Please. Thank you. I appreciate the prayers. And, I did have some Happy Meal. I Happy Meal twice. So I had a box of, oh, it's downstairs. Well, I got a box of Happy Meal from Debbie Joe. Oh my goodness. She sent me and Mickey Blue Skies a wonderful goodie box of things that she knows that we absolutely love. And just little notebooks and stickers and things that I just love. And I didn't have the hubby bring it up here, so now I can't go get it. So he's having to bring upstairs anything that I need. So, but thank you, Debbie Joe, for that. It was just so nice of you to think of us. And then I also got Happy Mail from my son. He actually wrote me a letter. Now, he did type it with the script writing, but he said he had been putting off for like 3 or 4 months sending me these because he wanted to write a letter to put in with them. And so he kept putting off writing a letter. So finally he just took these to work with him and then wrote the letter at work, put them in the envelope and sent them out. But the letter was so nice. And this particular, they're tea aprons. But this one says, Mom, I'm sorry for all the dumb stuff I did when I was a kid. If it helps you only know about half of it. I had to laugh. I thought, oh my goodness. Now, this is my son that the older one said got away with murder, but he was the one that I thought was a little angel and never did anything wrong. But so I got that one. And then he also sent me this one, frankly, autocorrect. I'm getting tired of your shirt. And I had to laugh at that too, because you know, when you're trying to type something and autocorrect is trying to tell you what it wants to say, and you're like, no, that's not what I'm trying to say. So I had 2 pieces of Happy Mail. Well, two packages of Happy Mail today, and I was so glad to get them. I also got some new cookbooks too. And you guys are saying, look, the last thing you need is a new cookbook. Oh, here they are. I got stuff spread out all around me, just like I'm a disabled person. You know how they put everything close by so they can reach it? Well, that's what I did tonight. So I got this new cookbook. Well, it's not a new cookbook. It's an old cookbook. This cookbook was actually written in 1879. And it's called 25-Cent Dinners for Families of 6 by Juliet Corson. And so I'm going to make a couple of these recipes. And I was thinking that right now, this is a time where we really have to start trying to conserve and save money. So I'm going to do that. Look at blue skies. And I guys have to tell you, my husband went to the Goodwill today and he must have took about 50 cookbooks with him. And then look at this one. I thought this one was really good. Grandma's Wartime Kitchen, World War II, and the Way We Cooked. So I thought I would make some things out of this because, I mean, we really have to start conserving. And then I've been thinking a lot about my young homemakers and how to help them save money. So me and Leona have been talking about that. And one of the things that she works on when she's cooking in the kitchen, and I always talk about as well, is how they can save money on the budget. So, oh, Cal even said the same thing. Cal said that too. Cal knows. Oh, yes, Sylvia, the Libby is Libby 10. You can use the code Libby 10 at checkout. And yeah. But yeah. All right. All right, everybody. So you heard the tip from Judith Hobson. Most of the oil comes from Ukraine. So you guys might need to pick some of that up. And then China's having the worst wheat crop they've had in years. And so they're buying wheat from everybody else. So that means our wheat products are going to go up, as you know, crackers haven't been in the stock in some places. I'm going to make some crackers coming up. Thank you, Deb. She appreciates me. All right, guys. I'm going to have to go. This was fun. And you know, it is fun when I do all the chatting. So I'll do more of this. So next week, I'm not sure what we're going to have next week. I'm taking my husband for eye surgery. So there'll be something here at 7:30 for you, at 7:45 for you to come in. It'll either be a placeholder. So it could be a different video that I put up, or it could be a remix. So we'll see. I'll have something here for you. And then the week after that, on the 31st, Kenya's going to come from Kenya's Decor Corner and talk to us about spring decorating on a budget, because it's time for that. All right, everybody. Good night. Oh, Wait, wait. Who said that? Shannon would love to see a series on World War II cookbook. Okay, well, I got this one right here. And see, this was, 1895, so it was before that. It's really quite interesting. Anyway, guys, I've been talking so much now, I'm starting to just run off at the mouth. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me. Bye.